many pastors that I've spoken to have not worked through their story. There's a number of things that they've experienced in life,
That's so true.
and just like anybody else, they don't know what to do. They don't want to address it. But we have seen pastors and church leaders just become really free and start to do ministry differently as a direct result of God redeeming their story. The next one that Kike already mentioned is that we find that pastors and church leaders begin to define ministry success differently. Because there can be a performance mentality, especially in the U.S. But redefining success is a major thing. But another thing is that when the leaders and their spouses go through this together, then they begin to develop a community in which they can live but also minister together. And because at least in the States and even in Hungary, in Budapest, where we've ministered, the same thing happens where every pastor and wife, every leader and spouse think that they're the only ones. And they don't share with other people what's going on in their lives and their marriage. And the enemy really leverages that against them. And lastly, we have seen how uh, there is a quicker development of leaders after redefining what is a leader in the church. And I really believe that a leader is somebody who not only abides with Jesus intimately, but also is able to teach others how to do the same in the brokenness of life. And so by redefining leadership, you can actually begin to raise up more leaders once you have a very focused understanding of what it takes to do gospel ministry. But then the pastors actually begin to equip the saints to do the work of ministry. And so not only where their shepherding load hopefully decrease, but the care of the flock actually increases. So I wanted to share those things as well because the
Yeah.
pastors feel that burden.
Mhm.
And all pastors want to shepherd the flock, at least most of them do. But it starts with them, and whatever impacts their souls, as you know, impacts their ministry. And so that's why the abiding piece is so crucial to this, and developing that culture within the leadership team, but also throughout the church is essential because you can't raise up enough biblical counselors in one single church to care for the entire church.
Yeah.
You have to develop a culture across every member, and that's God's design in Ephesians 4.